Deny the desire to apply my inspiring war-minded ideas to my digital landscape. This fantasy world I create in the state of mind that keeps me inspired. You can call it a game, but I call it escape. Building generals to stomp your face like Scipio, semi-integrate William Marshall, Leo the Third Roland. Not that second-rate leadership like Shah Jahan the Weak or Antar the Meek. We here to wage war, baby. So buckle up to keep your moose.
Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to another episode of EvonyBites. Well, this is another opportunistic video. By that I mean spur of the moment. An opportunity came up. I decided to film it, share it with you guys so you get a little bit of insight in our normal walkthrough, sloppy version that I provide you so eloquently, terribly. Alright, so I had the opportunity to upgrade an Achaemenid ring to a Parthian ring. And this is really similar to the Ares upgrade that we just did on the Imperial bow. So I can take a little bit of a different approach on this one and get into some things that maybe we didn't on the last one and skip some things on the last one that we didn't in this one. If you haven't watched the Ares upgrade that I just did previous to this one, then go watch that first. It'll help fill in some things I'm not going to go over on this one. So as with any upgrade, like I said before, you've got to go take it off them for some weird reason when you upgrade. I mean, it makes sense, but they don't do it anywhere else, really. So it's weird. Okay, on an upgrade, again, it's instant, so we don't really have to worry about any time or anything like that. But let's go ahead and take a look at what, well, let's do this. Let's take a look at what that ring is currently doing. Range troop defense 30%, range troop attack 30%, enemy ground troop HP negative 40%, enemy mounted troop HP negative 40%. And then of course those are the specialties that are on it, and my refines, which will stay the same when I go ahead and upgrade this thing. So take a snapshot of that in your mind. 30, 30, 40, 40 for the Achaemenid. Well, let's go ahead and get it off of him, like I should have done a minute ago. Okay, sorry to leave your finger naked there, buddy. You'll have to throw a finger blanket on for a minute there, Rudolph. Okay, going into it here. What we want to do is, I don't know why I was sitting on this one or whatever I was sitting on earlier, but okay, here we go. So Achaemenid is going to go through Majestic Parthian. Of course, you can note, and I didn't go into this in the last one, nor did I really go into the stats and how much they increased. Remember, 30, 30, 40, 40 is what we're currently sitting at. But also, you're going to have badges right here at the 1.2 thousand that I have. It takes 100 badges and then 10 million gold. Of course, you're going to have. You can see I have 1.3 billion. 10 there's what the requirement is. And then these Forge Master certificates required to do some upgrades. I've got 325. I required 50, so I'm good there. And then a little bit of materials, which is actually not bad on the upgrade. So if you consider the cost of building the Achaemenid to begin with, the materials that takes, and then upgrading to Parthian, the materials that takes, it's really not bad at all. It's a lot less than Civilian, which is usually 50 of each one. Now, do you get a lot better stats on Civilian? Yes, we went over that. There's the argument. I'm going to come in here and piece together exactly what my plan is and why I have all this different equipment on here and go more into that. But let's go ahead and upgrade that. So that goes right into inventory. We can go back into Rudolph the Antler. Put that thing back on. And then when we look at now, it was 30, 30, 40, 40. So in that upgrade right there, we got to 34, 34, and then negative 48 and 48. So we gained 4% on range troop attack, 4% on range defense, 4% on range troop attack, 8% negative to enemy ground troop, and 8% negative to enemy mounted troop. Mounted, just to point out while we're here for funsies, the negative mounted is because archers already target mounted. They just destroy them because, I'm going to digress here. Let me not digress. Anyways, archers destroy cavalry really badly, so taking even more of cavalry's HP is just damning to them. But also, archers are prone to ground. So to go ahead and knock 48% off of the ground troop HP, which HP is very vital to ground, is pretty potent as well. And then obviously the attack on it. So now I'm mixed up and I lost you'll notice the all troops attack between having the two Akh gears because I don't have the two Akh gears anymore. Now I have a Parthian gear and an Ock gear, and they don't count as the same thing, so I lose that all troops attack 10% for now. So when you go over here and you figure, well, I gained 4% on the attack, but I lost 10% over here, so I lost 6%, right, to move to this gear. And that's true for right now. I'm going to lose 6% to go ahead and upgrade to this gear right here on the attack, but I'm gaining it in the negatives and also on the defense. Just losing on the attack, but I'm only losing it for now because I'm going to go in and do the boots also up to Parthian. And at that point, I will get the boosted stats in the Parthian boots, but also that all troops attack in the 2 set for the Parthian back. Okay, which actually, sorry, I keep hitting that button, which actually increases to 12 when you get it to Parthian. Now, why do I have all this different gear on my general? Well, firstly, because I don't care. I'm not OCD about the way it looks. I'm not OCD about having a set or keeping everything the same or making them merry for now. I think a lot of times when people watch my videos, they watch it in the context of where they are in the server. And I want to remind you that we're on, I don't know, you guys, if you're from my server, remind me, day 12 or something. Maybe we're on 14 or something. But that's it. So, I mean, to say, well, why doesn't that all match? Hey, bro, you need to be making all Ock or all Ares or all Parthian or whatever you're doing. Make civilian. Well, you know, some context for you. It's very early. So I would say 95% of my server would look at this mixed gear all over the place and say, well, for frick's sake, I'd like to have that. So if you're on a brand new server or can imagine yourself being on one, then look at my setup through those eyes. And that will provide a lot of answers as to why it doesn't matter if it matches right now. But also, I'm going to use every bit of this gear. Will it all stay on him like this? No, it'll move around. But two things here. Instead of just going ahead and making all Ock gear, you say, well, why wouldn't you do that? Or all Ares gear, why wouldn't you do that? Well, because I can't. There's restrictions and limitations on a lot of this gear. I'll show you some of that. And some of it I literally can't make even until like server war. So it's just impossible to make a full set. So for those arguing on the side of, hey, don't make all that mixed gear, riddle me this. So I'm supposed to sit on all these materials and all of this gold and certificates and everything I can to build gear and build no gear, and sit on that for 90 days and just hope I can get through my fights and my trouble and everything that's happening, and then eventually build nice gear? That's what you're riddling me? Why would I not go ahead and build the gear I can build right now that's available to me as I can build it, stack it around on generals to make them as powerful as I can at the moment, which happens to be more powerful than anyone else currently by far on my server. So that's just my thinking in it. You know, I'll distribute it as I go. Do I plan on matching the sets? Yeah. Do I plan on getting civilian? Yeah. What I'm just showing is that there's not just one pretty way to do it. You don't have to be OCD about it looking quote unquote right. Find a way for your game to be as powerful as you can now, today. There's a way you can do your game. I would say even 7 years ago in Evony, there was pretty much a couple ways to play, and everybody just mirrored that, and it was who could get there fastest and then who drove that car the best. But man, the game is so vast now. You literally can play 1,000 ways, and rarely can anyone say that way you're playing is wrong or that way you're playing is right. I mean, it's very vast. Some answers are static, meaning it's yes or no, or there's an answer no matter what, but most things require another question and a lot of questions, and then to sort of get down to how it works for you. So if someone would come in here and just build all of the same gear, would that be better than what I'm doing? Yeah, sure. I'm not saying what I'm doing is the only answer or even the answer. I'm showing that it works, and it works really well the way I'm doing it. Don't be scared to step outside the norm. But look at some of these requirements. So to upgrade, you know, a dragon helmet to an Ares helmet, I've got that, a super defending troop defense level 25 forge 30, so I can make that, and I did, no problem. The armor, wonder level 1. You understand? I mean, I can't get wonder until server war happens, and even then it's not guaranteed. So that armor is just not going to happen. So you can't say to me, well, you need an armor or an Ares set or nothing. Well, then I would have nothing. You can't tell me sucking is the right option. That one I obviously had open and I made it. This one I had open and I made it. This one I cannot open, and it's very difficult actually to get King of Generals. You're not going to get it anytime soon. That's a really hard one for most people. You got to have several generals, very high power at the same time. Okay, so that, and all gear breaks down that way, but that's just an example of how, yeah, it's just not quite as simple as, you know, make it all look the same. And I'm not going to settle and just have nothing for today. I was trying to find one of these gears that I didn't have a scroll for, and just show you, hey, yeah, you also have to have a scroll. I mean, then you also have to have this ridiculous amount of materials right here to make it, and then it actually does take time. And you can see down here, I don't have my monarch crown on, or anvil or whatever on, but it's 58 days for one piece of gear. So as you can make things, and as you get them going, this is true for everything in Ebony, not just generals. Bang it out, get it on there. That right there shows upgrading a majestic Parthian piece. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions or comments about that, please put it down in the bottom. If I missed anything, sure, remind me, put it down there. I probably did. I'm not trying to cover everything in one video. I'm trying to cover it in hundreds of videos, so let's get on that. Hey, thanks for joining me again tonight, you guys, and this is EvonyBites. I'm out. Oh, you know, hey, let's not be out. Here's a little bonus. I was just about to stop that video and go check anyway, because we're setting at throne. So let's just take a look here. Mr. Abo, you're doing amazing, man. Look at this guy. K35 on day whatever. Let's take a look. 11 days. 11 days. And I think it was open a day or two before I got here. So 12 or 13-year-old, day-old server. And Abo's a K35. Good going, buddy. I got my 33. We're taking throne. We got just a little bit longer left here. This will be my second week on throne. And I might come in and do a video here shortly of what it looks like to get that second week throne, and to get the Aries wings, the gold wings, and what opening that looks like. And then I might break down why you want throne for 2 weeks, what that all means for people who don't understand what that means. And I might come back and do that in a video. So you guys enjoy. Now that the bonus is over with, EvonyBites out.
She's mean to me, she's great to me. It's confusing, this thing she does to me. Damn you, Ebony. I wanna leave, but I know I can't stay gone. I'm addicted to you, you're my dream game. But I'm maxing my credit card and I know it's wrong, and I often feel shame. Look, I'm even writing you